finished Beneath the Wreckage by Cowles, and this one is performed in Jung by Erin, Mallon and Jason Clarke. As we know, I was looking for an Erin and Jason book to do, and it was just perfect timing to do a Cowles book. As we know, I love Catherine's Sparrow Falls series, and I'm hanging around waiting very impatiently for Secret Haven, whose tropes have dropped today, so keep a lookout for that video. And I was like, what am I going to do? So this is actually book 5, and I know, like, why would you dive into book 5, the last book in the series? Kind of like, what is wrong with you? And normally I would agree, but in this instance, firstly, it's Erin and Jason, dream team, and I have some personal situations going on with, I need to figure out what I want to do, whether I want to listen, whether I want to read, whether I want to skip around and listen and read. I need to figure out what I want to do, and whether I'm just going to do it and not talk about it online. Like, I need to figure out what works for me. So anywho, we did book 5, and as in pure Catherine style, each book is a standalone. They're interconnected standalones, and I do feel like, although it explained everything, I do feel like I would have benefited from doing the book that what happened with Hunter's family and his best friend, to really get in what was going on with him. But I do feel like we get a good thing with him. So Catherine, she is, if you are one of those people that is a Criminal Minds loving person like me, you're gonna love Catherine's work. If you love romantic suspense, you love those authors that, you know, throw those red herrings at you, that keep you guessing, that have you always like looking like, who is gonna be the bad guy? These books by Catherine, or Catherine's books, definitely the one to go to. And of course, she gets you feeling the emotions too. This book is no different. But I would just like to say that as a Criminal Minds loving person who has watched a few reruns now, I think I would make a good profiler, because called it. I knew who the bad guy was, and Catherine threw those red herrings at me, and I said, I see what you're doing. And yeah, there were times where I did waver a little bit, and I thought, oh, could it be this situation? And I could see how this situation could have happened. But no. I mean, I didn't know exactly, but I knew it was him. Knew it. Anywho. And I was talking to somebody, and they were like, why would you keep reading a book where you know that? And I'm like, what are you talking about? That's like the best thing. And I think it's being the firstborn and having 2 younger brothers. Nothing makes me happier than being proven right. Like, if I'd gotten to the end and I was wrong, absolutely not. I would have been sending emails like, I think you got this, I think you got the ending wrong. No, I would never do that to an author. But I'm not saying, I've never contacted a narrator that I'm close with and said, I think you recorded this wrong. This is not who the bad guy is. I've been told, no, Kelly, that's what was on the page. Wrong. They got the wrong manuscript. But I love figuring it out. Like, to me, that's like the whole point. That's what I love about like crime shows and things like that. I love being with the team and figuring out the clues and who the bad guy is and why they're doing the things that they're doing. Like, I love it. And I also do think it's very much being a big sister, firstborn, needing to be right all the time situation. So we have Piper and Hunter, and can we just say that I finished this book 2 days ago and I still remember their names, so that's a win. And I loved how each of them is dealing with the guilt of things that they are not responsible for. For Piper, it's something from her childhood. In the prologue, she has an argument with her friend goes missing, and they had a dream, and she is now back where it all started and refurbishing the place where it all what happened. And Hunter is there to be like the contractor. He had something bad happen there as well, and it has a lot of bad memories for him, and he has a lot of guilt because he didn't see what was going on with his best friend, and neither of them are responsible. And watching them work through that with each other, but also by themselves, and come to terms with it, was really something that I enjoyed, the aspect of it and how that all like slotted together. There were moments of the sort of there's obviously somebody wants Piper gone, and the things they do and the escalation. I mean, there is one part where I was like, Catherine, what are you doing? You know, we don't mess with the animals. And spoiler alert, it's fine, because I was ready. I was ready to throw things. There were tears streaming. It was a mess. And part of that is the performance. And I think both Erin and Jason, and again, this is why they're dream team, do such an incredible job of showing the grief and vulnerability and emotion that these characters are carrying, and the guilt that they are carrying, the things that they are not responsible for. And it was a really beautiful performance from both of them, and I really was just so invested listening and wanting to know and wondering whether we would actually ever find out, because it's one of those things where like, well, how is it going to play? Is it going to play where there's an actual, right, this is what happened, or is it going to be one that's left open where it's like, well, actually, no, we're not going to tell you. But we get a reveal of sorts, and I think that was done in a way that was really damn satisfying. And again, I was, when that all came to be, I'm sat there shaking my head going, nope, this is not right. And again, profiler, just saying. But it was such a good book. You should definitely check it out. And yeah, I can't wait to do more. And this is one of the joys of finding an author later on in their journey, because they have such a backlist that you can go back and enjoy so much of their books.